right, mate, move it, move it. Do you have to sleep around here to get a drink, huh? Oh. Let me see now. The pub, huh? The pub, it was my drama class, my school, my psychiatrist, my doctor, my everything. Always has been. Do you remember when I was on that chat show, Aspel? One of the guests, Clive James or Jameson, Aussie fellow, always, he said, "Tell me, Oliver, why do you drink?" I mean, what an arse. Why do you think I drink? Why do you think? For the effect. And as I replied at the time, because the finest people I've ever met in my life have been in pubs. And that includes you, you rotten lot. If who you really were could be compared to a room in your house, a favourite room, stuffed with all your most treasured possessions, my room would be the bar of a great British pub. Prints of country life, knickknacks on the walls, packs of Big D nuts behind the bar, concealing a wonderful pair of jobblies. Right, quieten down. Shut up. That's better, I have something to say. You see, I'm like a bird, freed from the cage, nothing to drink for a week. Then on Sundays, I go mad. I promised Ridley I wouldn't drink during filming. You see, I'd begun to get myself the reputation of being a bit of a Richard Harris or Peter O'Toole or Richard Burton. But they were the senior ones and I'm still practicing in the nets while they're out there batting. Though you could say I've been smashing it over the boundary rope ever since the last of the great shit kickers. It's a beautiful morning, isn't it? Would you assist me with that? Thank you very much. You know, the last time I wore that monkey suit was on Michael Parkinson interview. Smells a bit, doesn't it? But I thought it appropriate. I've always been seen as the scruffy, unshaven, drunken gorilla. Ooh! Ooh! I'm making a movie called Gladiator, and I play Proximo. We mortals are but shadows and dust, Maximus. Gladiators, I salute you! I think it's going to be a bit of a hit. And I haven't had a hit in a while. Who said that? Almost turned it down, too. My agent calls me up, as they do, and says, "Ridley Scott wants you for a movie and they're going to send you a script." So when I opened up the envelope that comes through the door, thump, the first thing that falls out is a little note. "The sending of this script does not constitute an offer." So I think, fuck 'em. My agent phones me up again and said, "Ridley wants you to read. Come on, Oliver, you need the money, you need the prestige, your life needs a final act." And I say, "I don't read. If he wants me to see my work, then there's plenty of things he can run. He can see my last movie." Then I think, well, if he really wants me to read, then I suppose I'll get a free trip up to London and I can go see a show. So I say, I've never read for anyone before. I think I might have read for Richard III maybe 20 or 30 years ago, but for Ridley, I'll read. So I go up in there and he's smoking a big cigar and he says, "Do you remember when we met 31 years ago when you were making Oliver?" And I say, "No, I don't." Then he says, "Are you going to read?" And I say, "Yes, sure." Then he says, "Better than that, I've got a studio set up downstairs." I say, "A studio? I don't know. I don't know my lines. I can't read with these spectacles." And he says, "Pretend they're Roman spectacles." So I just read and do a bit of bullshit. And a few days later he calls me and he said, "You did very Gladiator, the world is going to rediscover Oliver Reed. Not before time. Where the hell is Paul? It's gone 10 o'clock. What's he playing at? Paul! Paul! Where are you? What's your name, sir? What's your name, sir?
Roy.
Roy, right. You're Paul, the barman in the pub in Valencia Middle Porter. Come here now. Do you do an accent?
Yes.
All right. You have a very important duty to fulfill. You are to furnish us with drink.
Oh.
Beers all round. Huh? Yes?
Do I get one myself?
Of course. Oh, Paul. There's one on it for you, especially from me, you know. Give that fellow over there one. Has anyone ever told you you have something on Alan Bates about? No, funny that. You can have a seat.
I'll thank you.
Oh. Here we go. Oh, that's one for you. Love it. My part in this movie, Gladiator, it's nearly in the can. Just a few more days and then I head home. So cause for celebration. The young blood in this picture is an Aussie called Russell Crowe. Finest actor of his generation, or so he's been saying. Got himself the reputation of a bit of a hellraiser, so I'm passing on the baton, as it were, gladiator to gladiator. Our weapons are beer and whiskey, the tabloid press are baying mob. Ave Caesar, Moretti te salutant, hail Caesar. We who are about to die salute you. Cheers. Young Crow likes a drink and a scrap, and I'll give him that, but stick him in a room full of real men like Robert Mitchum, and he'd be eaten alive. I saw Mitchum on set once in a terrible state. Michael Winner is directing, and he says, "Do you know you drank a whole bottle of gin at lunch?" Mitchum replies, "It wasn't the bloody gin, it was the whiskey I chased it down with." If the likes of us wild ones went around kissing babies in prams and saying, "I believe in the church," and doing good, then I wouldn't be giving the public what they want. That's not what the public expects from Oliver Reed. You want me to get drunk, get into a fight, and fall off the edge of a dustbin, and do all the things you read about in the papers, huh? And while I admit that I make a nuisance of myself on my own time, nobody asked you, Paul. But never on a film set. For me, it's not even about drinking, it's always about the pub. My life is a series of pubs. I remember my very first one. It was during the war. I'm 3 or 4 years old. I'm serving drinks to my mother's special friends. Mostly servicemen, you know the type. That Oliver, Marsh's boy. What a funny fellow. Like a little gypsy. Have you noticed he goes around calling his mother by her first name? It's positively bohemian. Oliver, more drinks here? Yes, sir. Well, as their cocktail waiter, I have a bloody right to have a taste, huh? Session numero uno. 3 sneaky snips of gin. His mother's awfully good looking though, what? Tell me, old boy, what's the story with the boy's father? Are they still even married? A quiff of champagne, most of which came back up through my nose. Fella's a conchy, eh? No wonder she doesn't want anything to do with him. And a gulp of pale ale. And now the little chap's up on the table making a racket. Quite the centre of attention, isn't he? And I was. Nothing changed. As I grew up, I would do anything to get noticed I had to. I was the class dunce. My schools became a hat stand for caps, 13 in total, and they were all a certain type of quack school. It was all ammo, a mass, a mat, but they taught me how to speak English properly, huh? And that in every new playground with sides. When sides are picked for games, certain boys are left until last. You chaps take the four-eyed twit and we'll have the bladder of lard. No! We'll have fatso and you can have pongo and cockeye. By observation rather than instinct, I became the bully. Let's play cavaliers and roundheads. What do you mean you don't know what it is? The calves are the goodies and the roundheads are the baddies. The calves always win. I'm always a calf. I'm Jack the Lad, Bully Boy Reed. I've got swagger. I'm starting to feel personality creeping up, and I'm beginning to wear the dunce's cap like a crown. While others swat away, I'm pounding the running track, all dance sweat aside. Pad, pad, pad on the feet. Flash, flash, flash goes the mind. I can see my future before me. I'm a world champion. I'm a movie star. I am top cat. I am the greatest. I am true blue British and will take anyone on. I am Oliver Reed.
Brilliant.